What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Hey, it's 9 o'clock at night, right? And I'm just about to get on the game. You guys know that follow. I get on the game every night with the homies. We run Call of Duty. And somebody called me, right? And they're like, hey, I just ran across this video by Sluggs. And he's supposedly gonna interview your homeboy Güero, right? I said, Güero, this is the thing people don't understand about Güero. Güero is a gangster, right? Old school gangster values. Güero be by far the most loved and respected vato to ever come out of Bruta, period. No question asked, right? So I said, they ain't no way. There ain't no way he's gonna be on that, right? And I go over there, they tell me, go this, boom. So I go and I listen. It is the funniest shit. Not nothing about Güero. It's so funny how much of a groupie Sluggs is. It's Güero. That's Güero's voice. As I said, I used to talk to Güero. I was in a pod. I mean, not a pod. I was in the same block with Güero in the shoe. When I paroled, he used to call me. That is Güero. Güero is not somebody that's going to talk about anybody else, period. I said that. See, Sluggs is showing parts of the life, but he's cutting out the parts where I said he'll never talk about nobody else. He won't talk about nobody from Bruta, especially. He won't talk about nobody from Bruta. But in nowhere in that phone call, and it wasn't with Sluggs, it was with Rob, right? And I've already said, I made one video about Rob in response to me being spoken about, and I've already said, it's obvious. I can listen. Rob's been around, right? I'm not going to go back and forth with that vato. I don't even know what he started tripping on, and I don't care, period. The only reason why I'm even responding, because if you notice, I don't even respond to the trolls no more. I don't look at none of the content. And once somebody talks bad about me, I'm not interested. I don't watch the channel, period, right? But Sluggs he's so infatuated with me. He's like, yeah, Dubs, yeah, he was a lifer. Yeah, he was validated. It takes 3 points. It was more than 3 points they used on me. It takes 3. They always use more than that. I don't ever brag about being validated. You don't ever even really hear me talk about it. My validation, right? But no one has ever heard me say anything bad about Güero. And I highly doubt he would ever say anything bad about me. People painted a whole narrative about that man. He's not on social media, but people ran with his name. Damn shame. And people said that I worked for him. Güero was never a carnal. He was never a legend. How did I work for him? They said I was his downfall. What? The narratives that people will use on social media just because they can't stand somebody, it shows who they really are. It shows you how they did their time, if they did time. It shows you how they think, what kind of heart they have. I have been around a lot of serious people in prison. You've never heard me tell stories about them. You've never heard me talk about conversations that I've had with them. And I know I would get views. I would never do that. So, supposedly there's more coming. More what? That we were in a building together, that me and my homeboy were in the same building together, that we used to communicate with each other while I was on the main lines and he was still in the shoe. That when I was in the shoe, I would get at him. That when I paroled, he would call me. That's the big secret? God, these vatos, you're reaching. I really did live like that. I'm so glad that I stopped living like that. I'm so glad that I'm on the streets. So shoot all you want to. What you say can never change who I am. And that's what hurts you the most. A, You chose to be whatever you chose to be. You know, we all do. And we got to live with that, right? You never hear anybody that knows me, that really knew me in that world. You never hear them say the stuff that these vatos that never were around me, what they'll say, you'll never, ever, ever, ever hear vatos that were around me in that world talk anything about cowardice, punk, rat, any of that. None of it. But on the internet, the trolls, undefeated. Because they get to create the narrative. Not tell the truth, but they get to create the narrative. According to the trolls, I had personal knowledge of over 300 homicides. What one individual would have that kind of knowledge? Sammy the Bull didn't even have that. I don't even think there was 300 homicides in my whole incarceration. I mean, maybe there was, but how would I know about all that? Common sense ain't all that common, man. I was glad to hear my homeboy's voice. He sounds strong. I'm glad to hear him say he's out here enjoying his freedom with his family. I'm proud of him for that. All this other bull, it doesn't mean anything to me. And it's unfortunate. I want to say here, because I know he's going to watch, I apologize that Weddle's name has ever even been brought up. And Sluggs says, well, well, you know, his goofy ass voice. Well, he's on Rob's. And Rob hates Dubs. How come he's not on his? I would never. I know the vato. I know him. I would never bring that man. I could reach out to him. I have ways to reach out to him. I would never get at that man. Hey, homie, hey, you think you could come over here and clear shit up? Man, I'm a man. Why would I drag that fucking... Man, that dude is so fucking loved. Man, I will always have love for that vato. I'm gonna go and call him. Hey, homie, come back me up, Holmes. The fuck do I look like? Man, hey, but you know what? Hey, he got his views. And I saw in the comment section, a few of the names in there, it cracks me up. Like, I'm really gonna be worried about what my homeboy's gonna say about me. There's nothing bad he can say. That's what you guys don't get. But hey, you got me to mention your name. You got me to mention your name. I had to do it because I heard my homeboy's voice. And I see that your pea brain, Sluggs, your little tiny pea brain, you can't figure nothing out, eh? Read between the lines. What lines? He was still talking to me when I paroled, calling me. But according to Sluggs, there's some nefarious things happen. Stupid. Ay, chingao. But hey, you got what you wanted. Like I said, I mentioned your name. Now I'm gonna go play Call of Duty and have fun, man. I'm enjoying my freedom. I gave the state 27 years in total. Now, Call of Duty time. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.